안녕하세요 여러분, 제 이름은 AJ예요. My name is AJ and welcome back to Shadow Spinner Reacts, where we are starting My Demon. Now, I know very little about this show. I do know that it is hopefully a rom-com. It might be a rom-dram, I don't know. But there will be romance involved finally back on my channel. I'm sorry. Rom-coms are my favorite when it comes to K-drama. And I like sci-fi. I love fantasy. I love action. I love all of that. But I like romance mixed with those other genres. I'm a romantic. I'm sorry. But I know there's going to be romance in this one. I'm looking forward to it. I don't really know anything else about it except for what I can guess based on the fact that it's called My Demon. So obviously we're looking at supernatural something or other. We're gonna assume that it's the guy in this because I have actually seen the poster and he just looks significantly more demonic than she does. I'm just saying. But I don't actually know very much else. No, that's it. That's as much as I know. So supernatural and demon implies, well, demon doesn't necessarily mean the same thing in all cultures. Like, it could literally just mean like a supernatural being. Kind of like if you ever saw Inuyasha, they just called all of them demons. Didn't matter whether they were good or bad. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. Find out. I don't know. I don't want to make any guesses without any context whatsoever. So we're just gonna leave it with that, and we'll go there. So I'm gonna get this recording. All right, and oh yes, before I forget, because I always forget to do the intro. This can currently be found on Netflix. Make sure you go watch it there first before you come watch it here, because we are going to cut it up for copyright. Unless, of course, you're doing the uncut version that's on Patreon with me right now, in which case you still need your own version, because if you're watching the uncut reaction, as you know, you have to sync it up with your own copy. Because if I just played the entire show, that would be a massive copyright violation. I should have an entire video explaining fair use to people, because people seem to be confused about fair use. And what all you actually have to do to try to stay on the right side of that line. Because it is a delicate balance, my friends, and there's not as much guidance as you would like to think there is. Anywho, so yeah, so there's that. Make sure you go watch it on Netflix first, and then come watch the reaction here. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon, where you can get updates on what I'll be doing on the channel. You can also vote in the polls, get content up to 3 weeks early, watch the uncut reactions, or hang out with me here on YouTube, whatever floats your boat. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. 3, 2, 1, play. It's always a hit or miss with the intros of the shows. Sometimes they don't show very much at all. Sometimes they're actually a prequel. Like if you watch Kingdom, the intro sequence actually happens before the show starts. So it's valuable information. But sometimes this is just using clips from the show, and I try not to pay attention to it, because if you're using future clips from the show, then you're showing me, it's like a mini teaser trailer. I don't want to see what's going to happen later in the show. I don't want to see that. I want to see it during the show. Oh, that's interesting iconography. The word comes from the Greek word, okay, which means to share the same fate. Okay, so that's what we're going with here. They originally existed among humans and protected them as their guardians. Okay, so it's important to know what demon means in this version of the world.
내 삶은 안개 속을 사는 것과 같다.
That is pretty. I mean, obviously I wouldn't like it if I was running away from somebody in it, and also I hope that it's mist and not smoke, but I like mist. I'm trying to remember the last thing I saw her in. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen her in something. If this is Joseon era, this is not a safe thing. Trying to remember exactly when it was. There was a period of time when Christianity, specifically Catholicism, was outlawed, and basically it was instantly punishable by death. Well, that was cool. What is this? Wait, what language is this in? Because that's not Hangul. I mean, what does Hebrew look like? I don't actually speak Hebrew, but alphabet. Yeah, that's Hebrew. It's on the wall. They're all like terrified and they called him a demon and everything, but he didn't actually do anything yet.
한동안 아무것도 먹지 못했나 보군.
요즘 같은 세상에 안 그런 인간이 몇이나 되겠습니까?
자네가 바라는 건 그저 배고프지 않는 것인가?
용왕님?
늙었잖아 그 양반은.
꿈이요?
Not an old man like the
개
dragon.
냄새 나고.
아, 뭐?
나는 마계에서 온 대문이야.
진짜였어?
물론 공짜는 아니지. 나랑 계약을 하나 해야 돼.
걔야?
계약 기간은 10년. 물론 배고플 일은 절대 없지. 그게 네 소원이니까.
그럼 10년 뒤엔 어찌되는데?
너의 육신은 죽고 영혼은 내가 온 곳으로 가게 돼.
네가 온 곳이라면
거기도 너희들이 부르는 이름이 있지. 지옥. 10년 뒤에 보자.
이런 날이 오다니 부처님 감사합니다.
그쪽이 아니라니까 그러네.
Okay, so he's like a demon in every sense of the word. All right, so we've jumped all the way forward to modern times here.
아유, 나한테 뭐 좋은 한마디 들어보겠다고 줄 서.
He's trying to flirt, but I'm pretty sure she outranks him.
맨 앞줄에 새치기 시킬 생각이라.
이유가?
뭐 쥐꼬리만한 알바비로 월세 내랴, 카드값 내랴. 그쪽 이쁜 얼굴이 세월을 정통으로 맞을 생각하니까 내가 가슴이 너무 아파서 그래.
부상자께서는 단상으로 올라와 주세요.
내 비서 번호예요. 투자 문의는 그쪽으로. 쥐꼬리만한 월급으로 술값 내랴 카드값 내랴 그쪽 머리숱이 세월을 정통으로 맞을 생각을 하니까 내가 가슴이 아파서.
Man, you picked the wrong person out of the crowd.
야, 너 야망있다. 어? 200그룹 소공리한테 작업을 다 걸고.
That is a killer dress.
내가 지금 맞선이나 보고 있을 때예요?
피한다고 될 일이 아닙니다.
주님.
알죠. 내가 오늘 회사에 급한 일이 생겨서.
그래서 없던 일로 하자.
급한
Oh
일도
no.
처리하고
No,
맞선
she's
맞선
gonna do the whole I'm not
맞선
getting my health checkup unless you go on the date.
알았어. 맞선 볼게 보면 되잖아.
싫어하지 마. 맛은 주기보다 싫을 수도 있어. 이해해. 나도 건강검진이 그렇거든.
누가 싫대?
You hate blind dates, I hate health checkups.
맞선 자리에 얼마나 있어야 예의다. 뭐 그렇게 정한 거 있어요?
글쎄요. 못해도 30분은 앉아 있어야 하지 않을까?
Oh, what a waste of time.
심심하면 식사하고 오세요.
That's a lot of clocks. Are those all counting down the time for everybody he has a contract with? They remind me of the clocks in the Labyrinth for some reason, even though they're not at all similar, but that's what it makes me think of.
뭐야 이거? 막혔어?
Yes, is the sand stuck in the hourglass? I have the almighty supernatural powers that allow me to make a dramatic entrance in any location at any time.
뭐 계약을 연장한다든지 아니 아예 새로 계약하는 거 어때?
But for what? What more can you give?
아름답게 가자.
내가 여기까지 어떻게 왔는데?
I mean, he knows exactly how you got there.
네 소원은 돈과 권력을 한순에 주는 거였어, 맞지? 그러니까 넌 어떤 식으로든 성공했을 거야. 그 방법은 네가 택한 거고.
원하는 거 다 줄게. 응?
All you did was choose the method. You could have been wealthy and powerful doing good things because he promised you wealth and power.
왠줄 알아?
But you chose to do this.
이상하거든. 그딴 건 껌이지. 지금 네가 가는 곳에 비하면
그런 말은 없었잖아.
Well,
안 물어봤잖아.
you never
계약이
asked.
아니었어도 어차피 넌 지옥에 갔어. 손해 보는 장사는 아니었다고. 넌 꽤
You,
괜찮아.
wow, there's a phrase. You would have ended up there anyway. Why does he have an executive director's chair?
이 말해두는데 나는 일이랑 결혼했어요. 남자한텐 관심이 1도 없어요.
But here's the question. He's clearly not her intended blind
내가 여기
date.
통으로 빌린 건 조용히 식사를 하고 싶어서인데.
So why did her blind date tell her
조용하면
to
어색하고
meet
좋지.
there? So did they just send her the wrong location? Like, he's clearly sitting in a different restaurant. Like, what?
하는 짓이 완전 초딩이네.
나한테 진짜 왜 이러는 거야?
나라고 좋아서 이러겠어? 어쩔 수가 없잖아. 위에서 시키는데.
위?
우리 주님의 하늘 같은 말씀을 거역할 수가 있어야지.
너 정체가 뭐예요?
만큼이나 억지로 끌려 나온 건 알겠는데 최소한의 협조는 해야 우리가 이 난간을 헤쳐나가지 않겠어?
Oh my gosh, she has no clue and he has no clue. And when she said she's following the orders from up above, he took that a completely different way, and that is hilarious.
우리 지금 맞선 보는 중이잖아.
지금 네 말은 신이 나한테 맞선을 주선했다. 그 말인가?
신이라는 표현까지는 좀. 신데렐라는 시간이 다 돼서 이만?
Don't stand still. I mean, I understand it's moving a lot faster than it's showing. Really? Really? This is what we're doing here with catching a
순수한데
cake.
19금이
Did she say
사람을
innocent?
사랑하지 않을까 싶을 만큼.
No, I had to have read that wrong.
무사해서 다행이야.
화장실 좀?
She didn't say I'll be right back. She said I need to run to the bathroom. I can't with this show. I can't with this show. There is so much about this that is just so extra for no good reason. Don't mess with a person's food.
이게 왜 안 지워져?
Especially if you come in with that many guys and he doesn't seem at all bothered by you, you should be
근데 뭐
concerned.
저렇게 아,
Oh, this is so embarrassing to watch.
나도 모르는 사이에
I want to know how they found him. You're doing too much. Is he sucking them into a hair loss product commercial? He's gonna land on all three of them.
내가 요새 일만 하느라 연애를 너무 오래 쉬었네.
And she is still preparing her makeup in the bathroom.
립스틱은 또 왜 고치고 난리? 아니 나 지금 뭘
No,
말하는 거야?
leave. You said you were gonna go back to work, and you're gonna leave.
혹시라도 다시 보게 되면 그땐 존댓말 부탁해. 남들이 보면 구남친인 줄 오해하니까.
부탁이라면 좀 더 정중해야 되는 거 아닌가?
부탁 아니야.
It wasn't a request. You know, I thought, you know, being that it involved demons and all, it was gonna be slightly darker, but they went the pure comedy route.
주 여사는 대체 뭘 보고 저런 인성 쓰레기를?
걱정하지 마. 너보다 오래 살 거니까.
그러셔야죠.
주 회장의 첫째 아들
Hello,
노선,
you?
며느리 김세라. 남의 시선에 목을 매는 우아한 공작새.
They turned her into a gif, just repeating the face over and over again.
주 회장의 둘째 딸.
Oh, and
노선.
she's in this.
프랑스 파리에 미쳐 혼자 파리 속을 살아가는 그를 사람들은 파리 수완.
She's hilarious in everything she's in.
수완의 쌍둥이 아들. 석훈의 부모이자 천숙의 남동생 부부인 두 사람은 돈을 혐오하는 히피 부부다.
씻고 다닌다니? 어느 쪽이 알파카지 도통 구분이 안 가.
다 오셨으면 이제
Well, he seems like a cheery fellow at least.
그래요 어머니 시간도 없는데
됐어. 나 도이 없으면 지금.
I mean, there's not much time.
미안해요. 회의가 길어져서. 과연 미래그룹의 왕자를 누가 차지할 것인가? 그것이 이 전쟁의 끝이자 새로운 전쟁의 시작이다.
So she seems like she's the most trusting, I guess, in a way, with Doi. Maybe it's because Doi works her tail off actually doing work and probably doesn't just try to schmooze to get the
도도이 대표님
position.
누구시죠?
미래그룹 재무팀장 차태준이라고 합니다. 다름이 아니라 중요한 정보가 있어서 생각해 보시고 연락 주세요.
No. Trap.
다들 날 진흙탕 싸움에 끌어들이지 못하는 날이네. 평화로운 방법만으론 평화를 지킬 수 없죠. 노선 대표
That is true.
스케줄까지
That's what's the phrase, peace is won at the point of a sword. Words of the Almighty do.
간다. 하늘나라에서 보자. 뭐 하냐?
Wow.
나 깜빡 돌았는데 웬 심파를
Why did you send a message saying this is it for me?
거짓말하면 천국 못 가요.
그럴 줄 알고 내가 뇌물을 잔뜩 먹여놨지. 얼마나 꼬박꼬박 내는데.
That's why I bribe God.
왜 이래요? 이러시는 이유가 있을 거 아니에요.
Oh, I love it.
평생이 사춘기야. 대학생 돼서까지 가출하지 않나?
그건 입학식 때 주여사가 리무진 끌고
You showed up in a limo on my first day. Are we gonna get a flashback? Yes. Oh no. Don't leave her hanging like that. You could have made that a fun moment.
뭐하라고 애들이 우습게 볼까봐 그랬지.
봉투 내밀면서 남친한테 헤어지라고 한 건.
걔는 관상이 영 아니었어. 뭔지는 알지? 빈말 안 한다.
심 드라마를 찍으려면 제대로 찍던가. 아니 수표 따발도 아니고 문화상품권이 뭐야?
야 새파란 애송이한테 무상이면 충분하지.
The point is that he took it.
이거랑 싸우다가
He didn't.
죽었어.
He took it. He assumed there was money in there and he took it. That's all you need to know about him.
그래서 내가 종교가 없잖아요. 나한테 주님은 우리 주여사님뿐이라.
I think that's brilliant. She didn't even actually pay him off. She just tested him and he failed, and so all he deserves is gift vouchers.
최악이야.
야, 너 나 정권? 얘 누구야?
Oh no. Oh, the embarrassment sinks in. She's like, I said so many things because I thought that this was a blind date, and he must have thought I was crazy.
오늘 저희 측의 착오로 식사 시간을 방해한 것 사과드립니다. 사과의 의미로 식사비는 물론 성의 표시를 필요 없어. 마음껏 싸우시죠. 전 그럼.
I like her. She's like, I'm just here to do my job.
너 내 편 하나 있는 인생이랑 없는 인생? 그거 완전 천재.
Yeah, but if you force yourself into a marriage, that doesn't mean that your husband will be on your side. They have such a cute relationship.
주여사 도대체 혼자 어디까지
I love how she's like, no, you proposed to him. You put this ring on the man.
하고 다니다가 마음에 드는 놈 있으면은 한 번씩 껴봐. 이제 오늘부로 끝내고 앞으로는 길이 아니라 네 생일로 해.
Oh, they must have died on her birthday. There's a lot of hurt hiding underneath all of that
앞으로도
frosty exterior.
주여사가 내 뒤통수 치게 해주세요.
Keep stabbing me in the back for many years to come. Oh, I like this.
뭐하느라 그렇게 바빴대?
데이트.
데이트?
You could hear from all the way back there. I love how he said the same thing.
잤어? 잤어?
Why are you screaming in the middle of a performance over a man that is clearly not yours? Yes. Something bad's about to happen to you. Something very bad's about to happen to you. Don't exist in a building with a disorienting light flicker. Do not be trying to sell corporate trade secrets. Don't be doing that stuff.
유일한 반려인간이니까.
유일하다니. 듣는 박 실장 섭섭하게 그런 말을.
박 실장님하고는 계약 관계. 나랑은 비즈니스가 얽히지 않은 순수한 관계.
계약은 전생에 한 거고요. 현생에선 나도 순수한.
월급 받잖아요.
출연료 받잖아요.
뭐라도 집 써주세요.
뭐를 딴때려주지?
뭐를 만들어주지?
Wow. Wow, the sidekicks.
불량품일 뿐이야.
Both equally defective.
전생을 기억하질 않나. 데몬을 상대로 덕질을 하지 않나. 아니 뭐 이게 어디
Okay, oh, that's the fisherman. I did not recognize him. So he must have gotten off easy in the afterlife because he traded over, like, starvation and must have not done anything bad to other people for the rest of those 10 years that he had.
진짜 어때?
I don't know. Didn't get to see his life. Don't know what the rules are, but clearly it's not like a complete you're necessarily doomed forever.
사장은 인간일 때도 멋있었겠지?
Oh my gosh, you're that fangirl.
달 좋은 부모일 순 없었어.
That's hard, but at least she grew up with good parents, which is probably why she's not as selfish and scheming as the family that she was adopted by. Okay, so she knows something's up. This is where you say, excuse me, I need to throw up. You just play into the drunk, excuse me, I have to throw up.
누가 보낸 거야?
질문이 잘못됐잖아. 왜냐고 물어봐야지.
What's up with his face? Nicely done. Nicely done.
어디 있을 텐데 오늘의 먹잇감이.
So the question is,
외박하고 외롭고 겁에 잔뜩 질린. 그래서 내가 내민 손을 덥석 잡을 영혼이.
okay, but the one sword girl said that he saved her without a contract.
도와줘.
이번엔 부탁인 건가?
그래, 부탁이야 제발.
좋아. 근데 그 전에 너랑 계약을 해야 되는데 말이야. 나도 원래 사인하기 전에 먼저 소원 들어주는 그런 미친 짓은 안 하는데 저놈 생긴 게 마음에 안 드네.
Okay, so neither of them have actually signed a deal. I get, like, this is like such a goblin shot. It just is. And I know... It's the... Hello, Red Eyes. Is she gonna save him? Oh, because that would have been hilarious. Sir? So there's limitations on your, powers, apparently. Grab him. I love in dramas and stuff how they just have unlimited oxygen where they can pause and take their time and look back and consider. Like, I love this unlimited lung capacity we have. Did she accidentally absorb his demon powers? Okay. So she essentially gave up her life trying to save him, and so that's gonna trigger something. 'Cause, he did not successfully save her. And now for the romantic music. You stole my tattoo. Oh, that's a pretty shot. It's such a pretty shot, but it's so cheesy. I'm really doing the long, drawn-out looks here. But what are you thinking, sir? How did you get that in the first place? You used to be human. What happened to you? I have a lot of questions here. So, he used to be human. He wasn't, like, originally a demon or a devil or whatever. He used to be human. So, what turned him into this? Clearly there's different degrees of the people that he makes contracts with. And clearly the end result isn't always perfectly... Because the one guy, he's like, this is his new life. He's not supposed to remember the old life. But he was reborn. He is human again, the fisherman guy. So, it's not a permanent punishment the way we normally perceive hell to be a permanent punishment. So, there's different... I guess probably depending on why you made the deal and how you lived your life after you made the deal and how coerced you were into it. Like, I think there's a difference between a person who says, save me, and has no idea actually what the deal is because they think they're just asking another human to save them. Like, she didn't agree to sell her soul over here. Also, I'm pretty sure his deal is invalid. One, because he only half saved her, and then she gave up her life to save him. So his deal, is off. But her sacrificing her life, essentially, to try to save him, did something that triggered her getting his tattoo. So does that mean that she's the demon now? Is he back to being human? I got questions. What actually happened with the sword dance lady? Because they don't even have a contract and he saved her, so he clearly doesn't need a contract to save everybody. He's got a business that he's running for the sake of running a business. There's just a lot going on here. That was the most cringy, by the way, date. That was bad. Like, that would be horribly embarrassing, especially afterwards, to find out that wasn't even your date. I love how she couldn't even make herself do it. She had the secretary call instead because she couldn't have that conversation. Love the dynamic between her and the chairwoman. I was expecting earlier that it was going to be like the chairwoman making a deal to find somebody to protect the adopted daughter. But that doesn't seem to be the direction we're going in here. The chairwoman's family is kind of interesting. One of the characters, I routinely see her play hilarious roles. One of my favorites was in Kingdom Hearts, which I haven't, it's been years, like, over a decade since I saw that, but she was great in it. I have no real predictions for how this continues because I don't know fully what the rules of this world are, but I'm looking forward to learning what the rules are. Also, we could find out it could be anybody. Like, he's like, don't you want to know, you're asked who sent me, you should be asking why you were sent. And I'm sitting there like, she didn't ask why because she knows why. There just could be any number of people that are doing it. She knows exactly why you were sent. And he's like, you were this way because of, and I'm pretty sure, it said Ju, and then there was the first name, so I'm pretty sure it was Chairwoman Ju that he was referring to, but I don't know any of their given names, only the last name. So, like, and she's probably sitting there like, duh, I knew that already. Like, I didn't ask why I'm dying. Like, duh. like, I have so many enemies, it's all for the same reason. The guy who tried to sell information, though, he's out. Probably it would have been good to get that information. Even if you, like, I'd tell the chairwoman ahead of time, be like, by the way, someone's trying to sell me information. I feel like I should know what it is because it might be something that somebody tries to use against you. But, somebody be plotting. I'm guessing that we have already been introduced to the bad guy. It's possible that the bad guy will be somebody that doesn't get introduced until episode 2 or 3 just to throw us off a little bit, but usually they introduce you to them. Even if you have no idea that that's who that is, I think they're in the cast already. They're probably in the cast already. A number of options would obviously be among the family, but it is also possible that the secretary is one of the options as well. Like, there's just, I'm keeping my options open for who the big bad is going to be in this. But that's going to be it for today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to go check out the Patreon. We will see you next time. I did enjoy this, and I'm happy to be back in romance mode. Alright, but that's going to be it for today. Bye-bye. Annyeong.